अस्सलाम वालेकुम रहमतुल्लाह शाहनवाज
Assalamualaikum.
वालेकुम सलाम कहते हैं आगे से
Assalam.
रहमतुल्लाह.
Warahmatullah.
Okay, today we are going to read a story about Hazrat Nuh, the Ark of Nuh. This story is from the Quranic Kareem. Okay, shall we start?
Yeah, but can I read?
No, I will read it for you, okay? Long, long ago, there lived a pious old man. Yes?
No, read from here because I read these all.
No, but children want to listen it. So long, long ago, there lived a pious old man whose name was Noah. He was a prophet of Allah. In those days, people did not follow the true path. They did not worship Allah. So Allah sent Hazrat Nuh to these people to give them the message of truth. But they all refused to accept his call. He tried his best for a very, very long time, but no one except for a few poor people paid any heed to him. The rich people turned against Hazrat Nuh and tried to harm him. So he prayed for Allah's help, and Allah heard his prayers and asked him to build an ark.
What's ark?
Ark is like long ship that looks like an ark.
Like this?
Yes, he
That's
told him
crazy.
that a great flood would come. Allah Mia told Hazrat Nuh that a very big flood would come.
Floods are not here.
We are reading a story, which would be a punishment for bad people.
Wait, what's floods?
Flood means lots of water is overflowing from the river. So Hazrat
Wait,
Nuh,
I see it.
okay. So Hazrat Nuh started building a huge ark with the help of some good people. But other people laughed at him and made fun of him. But Hazrat Nuh didn't bother about them. When the vessel was ready to sail, after lots and lots of hard work and tiring work, Hazrat Nuh asked his believers are the good people, to go on board in the name of Allah. Allah told Hazrat Nuh to bring all along a male and a female of every kind of living creature as well. Hazrat Nuh had to keep enough food to feed them all for a long time. This was a very big job for him. This was a very big job, but
This was a very big job.
Hazrat Nuh and his followers carried it out with all sincerity.
Wait, like these fruits.
Yes, they used to eat fruits and vegetables at that time.
Why
So,
are the animals coming to this?
because Allah Mia said to him that take one male and one female in the ship, and then Allah Mia will take away all the good people from that place, and all the bad peoples and bad animals will stay there. This is why these were good animals that he collected in his ark. One by
snake?
one. Okay,
Oh,
we are reading. One by one, all the animals entered the ark. Some had wings and some had legs. Some crawled and some hopped. All came right in the ark in pairs. One was male and the other was female.
Wait.
The ark became a huge barn for the animals and a safe house spot for the believers. Yeah.
Huh?
The animals came running: giraffes and rhinos, elephants and camels, monkeys and wolves, cats and
No,
kangaroos,
the monkeys are not running. They're
bears
just riding
and horses, cows and sheep,
Bears and
lions
horses.
and tigers all went into the ark in pairs. So there were chickens, ducks, flamingos and hawks, peacocks and pelicans, ostriches and hens, to name but a few. Birds both tiny and big that flew high above the earth came along too. All were gathered in pairs and led on board. So everybody
No, these
was
are
so
good
much
then.
in rush because they wanted to save their lives, and so everybody was rushing to his big boat. Oh my god, there was a big crocodile as well. tortoises, snails, and turtles came crawling along the ground. Then came frogs and grasshoppers who hopped right into the ark.
Where are the grasshoppers?
I don't know. Rabbits too ran races. Let's see who gets on board first. And finally came the crocodiles with their big jaws.
I wonder where the grasshoppers are.
No sooner had all the creatures come on board and the supplies had been stowed away than black clouds began to cover the sky. First, there was a drizzle. What does drizzle mean?
Drizzle means an earthquake.
No, drizzle means little rain, not heavy rain. So first there was a drizzle and then the rain came. More and more rain fell each day, day after day. Rain and more rain. The whole world seemed to be dark. It became darker and darker with strong winds blowing from every side and water rising in huge waves as far as the eye could see. Allah commanded the floodgates of heaven to open and the ground to crack open so that a mountain of water came shooting up. The rivers overflowed and water fell in torrent. The ark rose and fell on waves as tall as mountains. More and more water came till the valleys were filled. The trees were covered by the waters. The hills disappeared, and the mountains themselves sank out of sight. Do you understand that how big was the flood?
Sank?
Yes, it was so much water.
Wait, it looks like a cloud.
No,
I draw these.
the world was like an enormous sea. The only thing one could see was water everywhere. Far down below, all those who had paid no attention to the call of the Prophet Nuh and remained on land were drowned in the mighty flood. All the bad people who didn't listen to Allah's Prophet, they all drowned in that flood and they died. With the rain hammering on the roof and a great wind that roared all around, the ark went on sailing amidst the waves. Amidst the waves, the thunder rolled and the lightning flashed from the angry skies. Everyone on board was very frightened, but Nuh kept praying to his Lord. What is Lord?
Lord means Alamia.
Yes, for his mercy and this great moment of trial. When the flood had reached its peak, Allah commanded the earth to swallow up its water and sky to hold back the rain. The water began to dry up, the rain had stopped, the clouds began to part. As the level of the water began to go down, the mountain peaks began to rear up out of it. Yes?
They're water mountains, not only mountains. They're water mountains. They
Look,
go down.
All the water was going down, and look at the funny boat here. The ark was caught by the peak of Mount Judy in a land now known as Turkey.
Turkey?
Yes.
Oh my days.
And rested upon it. The Prophet Nuh Salam and the believers who were with him thanked Allah for saving them from such a devastating flood. Everyone happily came out of the ark. The animals were
I
led.
want to see Nuh.
Nuh was the Prophet of Allah.
But I can't see him.
It's not nice to draw the Prophet's pictures. They would look like a cartoon. That's not a nice thing. They were good people. You shouldn't draw their faces like this. Okay. Everyone happily came out of the ark. The animals were led to safety. Hazrat Nuh AS prayed. What does pray mean?
Pray means he don't like this.
Dua. Yes, very good. He said to Allah, Lord, let my landing from this ark be blessed, for you alone can make me land in safety. So he landed safely. All the animals came happily out of that ark. In this way, Allah made the flood and the ark of Nuh AS a sign and a warning for future generations. Did you learn a lesson from this story? What lesson did you learn?
I learned about because now I'm intelligent.
No, you learned the lesson that whenever Allah sends a new prophet, you should listen to them and never be a bad person. Otherwise, if Allah becomes angry with anyone, he can
make a big flood.
Yes,
again.
Yes, he can do anything. So always.
How to make electricity?
Okay, we will talk about it later on.
No,
now say Allah Hafiz to our little friends.
Allah Hafiz. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Good night.
Allah Hafiz. Good night.